Okay, great to be with all. Oh, wow, isn't this something? You know, right around 10 o'clock in the morning, I don't know about the rest of you, but it kind of hits me all of a sudden, like, oh my Lord. For the first time in 8 years, we have a real president of the United States. So, you know, on Inauguration Day, how many of you had a chance to go down to the inauguration? What a great day it was. I was up there on top of essentially the MSNBC building with a whole bunch of liberals. There weren't a lot of conservatives, I gotta tell you. I was even afraid to get close to the edge. I was gonna get pushed back. But they were doing interviews, and I was up there with, you know, these hosts and different things like that, and they're all super liberal, but whatever. So the parade is going down Pennsylvania Avenue, and down comes Donald Trump and his family and the rest of the presidential entourage, and they're coming down Pennsylvania Avenue, and tell me by booing if you've heard of this guy. He's really horrible. Don Lemon. You know this guy? All right. Really just awful CNN reporter. So there he is. You know, here comes the entourage, here comes the parade, and there's some boos in the crowd, and he goes, oh, look, see? They're booing Donald Trump. And there was one honest CNN reporter, she said, oh, no, Don, they just introduced Nancy Pelosi. This is true. The left is falling apart. They're absolutely disintegrating. They are coming unhinged. And you know something? We have them down there. And now is the time when we take our boot and we put our boot on the neck of the Democratic Party and destroy it once and for all. It is corrupt.
It's totally corrupt.
Now, my parents long ago, and my grandparents, and a lot of yours, maybe even some of you, were once Democrats. But that was when the Democratic Party was a real party. That's when the Democratic Party was a party that stood for patriotism, that really had the best interests of our party and our country in mind. That is no longer the Democratic Party. This party wants to do everything to destroy our economy, to destroy our culture, to destroy America itself. And the only thing that held together the Democratic Party, and if you start thinking about this, it happened sometime in the 1960s, mid-1960s, late 1960s. Lyndon Johnson, all the liberal end of the party, destroyed it by what? They brought together and they stopped thinking in terms of what was good for America, and they started thinking in terms of what do they have to do to maintain power. So they brought together all these disparate groups that have nothing to do with each other except power. That's it. And Donald Trump comes and he reaches in and he sees the opportunity and he sees that working class men and women, union members, were getting shafted by the powers that be. And he grabs them and he takes them. And we win Pennsylvania, and Michigan, and Wisconsin, and Ohio. And guess what? They're ours. And they're going to stay ours, provided that we maintain our promises to working class men and women, and provided that we back up President Trump going forward as he takes this country, makes it great again, brings back jobs and prosperity, and preserves our culture. The liberals don't know what's going on. They're going in all kinds of different directions. They have no idea what they're going to do. No idea. So what are they doing? They're doubling down. They think they just got a bad deal. Somehow the Russians undermined it. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like lunacy. I mean, somebody really believes that. They're a lunatic. They are lunatics. They really are. Now, I got to tell you, I found this out. So last Saturday, I went down to Charlottesville. You know why? Because there are 5 members of the Charlottesville City Council. 5 of them. 3 of these so-called council people vote to remove a statue which had been there since 1924 of Robert E. Lee. Well, they didn't read their history books, folks. Robert E. Lee is an American hero. Robert E. Lee is a Virginia hero.
That's right.
He is.
Right.
Robert E. Lee did not want to go to war. Robert E. Lee did not want the South to secede. Abraham Lincoln wanted Robert E. Lee to lead Union troops. And Robert E. Lee said, no, I will not draw a sword against my beloved Virginia.
That's right.
He wouldn't do it. And after the war was over, what did he do? Did he sit on the side, embittered, like some did? Lead a guerrilla movement? No. He worked to reconcile, to heal the wound in America. And when he was president of Washington University, now Washington and Lee University, and there were white students who attacked some African Americans in the neighborhood, he had them expelled. This is an American hero. And actually, there's a lot we can learn from Robert E. Lee today about reconciliation. But the left is not interested in reconciliation. They're only interested in trying to get that power and to destroy this country. Absolutely not. We're not going to let it happen. And let me say something about winning 4 elections in Northern Virginia, where we have 454,000 people in Prince William County. 454,000 people. I represent every single one of them. I've been in front of elections 4 times in front of almost 500,000 people. And I've been able to win it. And this is not an easy district to win in.
Right.
But you know what people want? The average voter wants, and what the average American wants, they want leadership. Yeah. And they don't even, you know what, that's the problem with polls. That's the problem. I'm not talking about people from Poland. I'm talking about polls. When you poll and then decide what you're going to stand for, folks, that's not leadership.
Right.
Leadership from behind is not leadership at all. What people really want is they want someone to go out there, tell them what they think, as Donald Trump did, and tell them how we're going to fix the problem. And even when people disagree with you, and I have found this out in Prince William County, they respect it because they recognize leadership. And that is what I am going to do as we take back the governor's mansion in Virginia this November. Over my dead body will we remove statues of Virginia heroes from the Commonwealth of Virginia. That is not going to happen in the Stewart administration. And if you think it's not an important issue, let me tell you it is. It is an issue. Because for the past 40 to 50 years, the left knew that the most important right, the most important thing that we have as Americans, in fact, the thing that defines freedom itself, is the first right that is enshrined in the Bill of Rights. And that is the freedom of expression. The freedom to speak your mind. Now, they couldn't undo the Constitution of the United States. The left couldn't undo the Bill of Rights or the First Amendment. So what do? Political correctness. Embarrass you, ridicule you. If you speak your mind and it's politically incorrect, you lose your job, you lose your business, you're boycotted by the left. And so we were shocked into silence. What Donald Trump did in 2016 was to blow up political correctness. The reverberations will continue for generations because perhaps the most important thing that he led with and which we must follow with is to continue to destruct and destroy forever the bondage of political correctness. So Prince William County, when I got there, they were raising taxes a lot every year. It was tax bills. They were reducing the rate, but the assessments are going up a lot faster, and so they were disguising their tax increases as tax cuts, which they weren't. So when I became chairman, we led into fiscal year 2009, the first budget that I actually had some control over, the biggest tax cut in Prince William County history. And today our tax bills are about 30% lower than the rest of Prince William County. Oh, all right. I'm going to wrap this up. But if you elect me governor, and I ask for each and every one of your votes, remember this. We are going to reduce taxes in this state. We are going to crack down on illegal immigrants who are preying upon law-abiding citizens. We are going to bring economic growth to the state instead of losing tens of thousands of jobs every single year. We are going to become a magnet for economic growth, not just in the Mid-Atlantic, but across the United States. And with me, you will always have a leader. And I've lost a few battles, folks, but I've never backed down, and I never will as your governor. Thank you very much.